All right, welcome to Kid Icarus. A few things of note before I get started. I did this run in SGDQ 2015, and this is the most stressful run I've ever done at a GDQ, and I've done a bunch of them. And because of that, I'm going to be a little bit rambly, so you're going to have to, deal with me as I go through the run. And the people most willing to deal with me are behind me here. We got Lack Attack 24. 24? 24 here.
That's me.
You probably know him from beating my Zelda times. We've got Yalesrake here. He has a weird spelling, but you can find him. He's most known for beating my River City Ransom times. And we got Blakey here on the couch, who hasn't beaten my time. Yeah, you haven't beaten my times in anything.
I'm
I don't know
for
who.
something.
Yeah, I have no
gotta be
idea.
known for something.
Yeah, I have no idea who you are. You haven't beaten my times.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You beat my time. I'm known for that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All these guys have had experience running Kid Icarus, so they'll be helping me out. So I guess we can get started. I'm not holding back on anything here, guys, so it'll be an interesting run to see what happens. So let's go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. At least 1-1. This is, as you would imagine, 1-1 is. It's one of the easiest stage in the game. This game is known for being quite difficult in the early game and easy in the late game. A lot of that has to do with the weapons and stuff you pick up in the game. Let's see. The biggest, you'll see here, I get to scroll the screen up, but I can't, it goes at a fixed rate, so I can actually go, I bumped into the stage there. I can go a lot faster, but I can't have the screen go any faster, so I have to actually slow down or I bonk into the top of the ceiling and I don't get the height I want. All right, 1-1's almost done already. It's a pretty quick stage, and 1-2 is probably one of the most important points in the game, and I need to concentrate on it. So I'm going to send it over to the guys here. What just happened? To go through 1-2.
Yeah, there's a strength system in this game where, so your arrows start out just doing 1 damage, and a lot of the reason why this game is so difficult is because of this hidden strength system where...
Oh no!
Oh, repeated.
Yeah, that happened in a practice earlier. I have to start all over again. So that's about 1 minute 9 seconds probably. That's too bad. But go ahead with the strength.
Yeah, so the strength system, we're going to see it in 1-2. And in certain levels of this game, there's Zeus in a door just waiting for you. And in order for yourself to prove yourself to him and get this increased damage upgrade, you need to do various stunts for him. The best one of which, the kind of most efficient one of which, is defeating enemies and feasting on their hearts. So usually, depending on if they give up small, medium, or large hearts, then both defeating them and collecting those hearts separately gives you 100, 300, or 500 kind of points. And you need 10,000 points in order to be eligible for this strength upgrade. So as Darkwing goes through 1-2, you're going to see him, whereas he's skipping most enemies now, skipping all enemies now, very intentionally, you're going to be seeing him killing a lot of enemies in 1-2, even stopping at some points to kill them as efficiently as possible.
And the timer doesn't dying there doesn't change how this stage starts. They all start on the same global timer. It resets when you start a stage.
As well, the score that he's going to accumulate is level dependent, so anything he did in 1-1 has no bearing on his actions in 1-2.
Yep.
Yeah, you also can lose points by shooting an arrow and missing, loses 10 points. Getting hit loses 300 points.
Yeah.
And going through a door gives you points as well.
Yeah, I think it's like 300.
I don't know if the door into Zeus's room counts. Do you know if that counts?
I feel like I tested it, and I think it does count.
Come on, okay, whatever. Yeah, the Reapers have a very interesting sight range, and he was in a door there. Oh, I went too low. Oh, disappointing. I was going to drop this Reaper down, but now I have to deal with him. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, I missed that jump. Oh, no.
That's a 3-frame jump. It's
man.
pretty tight. 3-frame jump. So you're definitely gonna miss those now and then. And unfortunately with that one, if you miss it, because the ice physics in this game are so funny, and
That's funny. That's not what I would call them.
Yeah. Well, funny, not funny, haha. Funny like, oh, why'd you do this to me?
Interesting.
Why? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no. Funny, peculiar.
Yeah. and they actually affect you more after you jump in the air than when you're on the ground. After you jump off ice physics, it takes a lot more input to turn around in the air.
Yeah, that one is one of the only 3-frame jumps that you can kind of save.
There he is.
But you know, you've got to commit to these jumps if you want to actually make them.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's ice physics. They're fun.
There's
There you
the
go.
free
There it
frame.
is.
Nice. So you saw a moment ago, Darkwing kind of did that Reaper drop, where you if you kind of jump just the right height, then
Be safe here.
then where the terrain kind of stops scrolling and where the Reaper starts spawning don't quite line up, and so the Reaper just says, "Oh, there's no floor behind me. Let's just keep going," and drops down to the next floor below.
I think I can do there. I was in a bad pattern there. Okay, that's fine. Don't lose any time to that Reaper spawn, or Reapette spawn. Okay.
Darkwing coming up on the Zeus door here. Let's see if Zeus feels he's worthy.
Oh yeah, I've got like
He's
way
glad.
too much.
Zeus is glad.
Apostrophe glad.
Apostrophe glad, yes.
Yeah.
That's the best kind of glad.
Yeah.
So one of the things I think that's most impressive about Darkwing is that he, through 1-2 and 1-3, which are a couple of the hardest stages, he takes very little damage. And so where a lot of the runners historically have kind of needed another, to take a death to be safe after completing 1-3, usually doesn't. So let's see how he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually don't even get the health in 1-2, but happened this time.
Yeah, the key to World 1, it's really the 3 S's for the first 3 stages. The first stage is just speed, because you just want to go through. You don't need any points or anything. The second stage is all about score, because you need your 10,000 points for the upgrade. And now this one is all about survival, because this is a treacherous climb. And Darkwing just needs to make sure that he has enough health going into 1-4.
I should be able to get the right platforms here. I'm going to be manipulating some platforms to do this in one cycle. Okay, good.
Nice.
That looks a lot, doesn't look quite as good as it really is, because that's hard to do properly. So to get it on the first cycle, that was the one thing I really wanted to get. One of many things, but one specifically that I wanted to do is to get that cycle, and I was able to get it. So
Nice.
I'm very pleased with that.
You notice these enemies spawn in groups of 4. The next set of enemies will not spawn until the entire previous set is eliminated from the screen, either killed or their hearts have disappeared if you've killed them. So he likes to keep in future areas. He likes to keep one on
happy.
the screen.
Happy
to,
Reaper skip.
Yeah, the Reaper didn't see me. That's
them there.
fantastic. I'm very happy with that. Man, 1-1-1-2 didn't happen. I'd be really happy.
Also, during this vertical climb, you saw that he jumped through a bunch of those yellowish tentacles sticking out the sides of the wall. The hitboxes in this game are very odd and skew left.
That happens so rarely.
So as he climbed, you noticed that he wanted to avoid the one sticking off of the right wall entirely, but he could basically jump through the left ones, because it's really the leftmost pixel is the one that's going to damage you, and that's it.
I rarely go through that second to last Reaper without being seen, but he didn't see me. That's so rare.
1-3 saw what happened before, and it was just ready to...
Yeah, it's been really nice to me now. All right, now we're doing a task clip here. This is something that's been in the task for a while, but for this event, I kind of incorporated into my route. So we're going to see if we can do it.
You're going to know when you see it. There's a wall here. Just kidding.
Nice. First try.
Darkwing, I don't know how he's so consistent at these zips. We'll talk through the zips in a little bit, but here we are at Twin Bellows, the boss of World 1. And you can see here that Darkwing is spamming kind of...
Oh, come on.
Comboing shooting his arrow and ducking. If you just kind of tap fire as quickly as possible, you mash very slowly. But by alternating fire and duck, you can just kind of fire as quickly as possible. So well done to Darkwing.
Oh, hey, I didn't even get the level of the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How perfect. All right, 2-1 is another score stage. World 1 is like the hardest thing. Now it's just fun at this point. I could still die because I'm going for kind of fun record stuff here, but That's a weird pattern. I don't get this pattern. I knew that was there. I knew that was coming. Yeah, I'm in a weird pattern here. We'll see what happens. Yeah. And these rocks get 500 a pop, so you definitely want to hit them as many as you can without slowing down. I'm a little behind here. That pig usually spawns a little bit, a few pixels right, so I'm a little behind where I want to be, but not a big deal.
Yeah, it's the same kind of score idea as what we talked about before. The difference is that he's not going to get kind of the bulk of his hidden score from those groups of 4 flyers. Instead, a lot of it will come from these rocks. The rocks, fortunately, so you can see they drop big hearts there. So between killing a rock and collecting its heart, each one is 1,000, and you're aiming for 10,000. But the rocks haven't all been all that kind to him. Ideally, you want them to spawn you want them to fall right on top of you in such a way where you can kill them and then immediately collect their heart. But
they were still in range, though. They're still in range of being okay, so I'm not in a point to deviate. It was a little low, but we're fine at this point. We'll see how the rest of the stage, if I get a little bit barren stuff on the rest of the stage, it'll be a little bit something I have to take care of. But right now we're fine. I'm not changing my tactics or anything at this point yet. Oh, I shouldn't be shooting just randomly, shouldn't I? Okay. I was gonna say, that was a very late spawn. We're still okay. I think we're alright. We'll get some pigs here. 2 come up left. I might not get them. Oh, I did. Alright. Okay, we should be fine. That's fine.
glad.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we're coming up on 2-2. This is the first time you'll see me do a screen wrap. And this is one of the first things I learned. So I had to learn a mnemonic because I'm going to be on the right-hand side of the screen. So I learned a mnemonic, and I can't do this without doing the mnemonic. So we'll be doing it. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't go into this first door. Okay, good, I missed it. Short, short, short. Leap! Short, short, short. Leap! Short, leap! Waka, waka, leap! Waka, short, leap! Waka, hop, biddy, hop, biddy, up, biddy, up, biddy. All right, for the record, it used to be called walkover. But I couldn't do the double one fast enough, so it ended up coming out Waka. I got to jump here to make sure. Yeah. At this point, all the rest I have to focus on this, and it's a pretty boring stage. So let's for the rest of the stage, we can send it over for donations.
All right, we have $5 from Grizzly Zen. Here's $5 from my boy Darkwing, and don't forget, keep it going so the cats keep glowing. Best of luck from the Maldives. We have a $10 donation from Kumog. My mother loved Kid Icarus when I was a kid, and I'm happy to donate this in her memory. Shout out to Danica, who's helped make this event be even more enjoyable for me.
So it's pretty neat as far as those kind of flying floor enemies and the platforms interact with one another. Those groups of 4 flying enemies and the platforms actually share the RAM address. So you can kind of see that, and I think those as well. You can kind of see that as the platforms come on screen, if there are already 4 flying enemies, then one will disappear in order to make room for the platform in the RAM address. And that actually winds up being used strategically later on. And not only that, but if, say an enemy is on its kind of downward speed as a platform appears, then that platform will be kind of appearing going down as well. And the same if the enemy is going up.
All right, 2-3, we've got, this is our only routed death in the run, just to get my health back. And we have, this one's a little bit more risky. We have to be further right on the screen here. So I do have mnemonic for the, oh crap, I have to take another death. I don't think I can get through. No, yeah, I went too far. I got a bad rock spawn, so we'll take another death here, because we got to get to the right-hand side of the screen. It's happened in practice once or twice, so...
It's hard to tell when you're on a TV that's not yours.
Yes, at home it's like automatic, which is stage is what I call it. But yeah, it's a little bit of different visual cue. Okay, we're good here. Statue. Pot. Statue. Brambles. Statue. Pot. Statue. Keep getting that early rock. I'm not sure why. That late rock. 1, 2, 3. I'm very far right. I barely made that.
So that's actually why he scrolled the screen, is so that he didn't have to wait for that platform. And he's going to carry this duration, this position on the screen, quite a far ways into the level, because we're going to be seeing more of those platforms. And what that means is he needs to know what everything in this stage is very, very well.
Second pot jump here.
It also,
First.
one of the beneficial things is that these flying enemies don't go all the way to the right of the screen, so he doesn't even have to think about them.
That's the main reason in 1-2 is to keep in 2-2 is to keep those on. Here, it's you have to be far right. Okay, pot jump, outcrop jump,
All right, that's one. We got another one coming
outcrop
up.
jump.
Nice. Those are very tight. Well done, Darkwing.
Pot.
And he actually got pretty bad luck as far as kind of how the enemy spawned the platform. The enemy was moving up, and so the platform was moving up too, so that just made it all the more difficult for him.
Yeah, I had to be on my lines properly there.
So you can kind of see he gave the screen a bit of extra space just so he could react to what's coming. I think it also kind of seems to position the frogs in such a way where you can jump between them more fluidly.
Yes, I know exactly what I'm on the right line here. I should be doing. I've seen this many times now, so I should be good.
So 2-4, Darkwing, can I talk about the zip in 2-4 a
Yes,
little
go
bit?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So in 2-4, Jorf actually found the kind of investigation of this is very interesting, but Jorf found a zip, and off of that we started working with what else can we zip through, and the most helpful one, well now one of the two most helpful
Yeah,
ones.
this is the second most helpful now.
Yeah, is in right here in 2-4. It saves about 40 seconds, and you need to kind of, while you're in lava, Darkwing is going to be jumping into the wall in such a way where he wants to make it through and zip to the other side of the screen. He does it first try. Like, these things are so hard. It's a 2-frame window into a 2-frame window into a 3, 5, or 8-frame window, depending on how you did the first two inputs.
All right,
Really
let's not
tough
die
stuff.
on Hue Draw this time, huh? Okay, I'm at 2 health. Yeah, I'm at 2 health. I got to remember that. Don't die to Hue Draw. All right.
So, Hue Draw, we talked about that crouch canceling before to shoot your arrows as quickly as possible. You can see Darkwing's doing that a lot. This is actually one of my favorite bosses in speedrunning because his behavior and pattern is totally deterministic. It's entirely up to the runner to fire as quickly as possible and damage him as quickly as possible and take him out. So Darkwing knows exactly where he needs to position himself and exactly kind of what jumps are optimal in order to kind of damage him as quickly as possible. It's also about making use of the kind of level terrain. That was a really good kill. Nice.
Perfect.
All right.
Nice.
Look at my health. I got no health. What
Zero
happened? What
health.
happened?
And if you look at the values, it's actually 0 health.
So what he's doing there is he's setting up his health for an right now his health is
dang it.
underflowed,
I have to do this
and
slow.
he is he's able to take damage from an environmental hazard, and when he does that, he will refill his health completely. It avoids taking a death at the start of the stage to refill his health.
All right, this world, I'm stress-free now. This world is so much fun to run. There's like the first world is really stressful. The second one is a little bit boring, like 2-2 is boring, and ooh, this is new. All right. Okay. There's the overflow or underflow, one of the two.
So look at his health right now. He went from 0 to 15. You can tell that's 15 health, right, guys?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the
7
first
plus 8,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, the first
yeah.
bar is 8 and the second one is 7. Why that is, I don't know. Oh, we took it safe because I don't know why. I usually don't. All right, 3-2 is so. Oh, this is one of my favorite stages in any speedrun I've ever done. Hopefully, I do it correctly.
Also, I hope you like that Reaper music.
Yeah, you're gonna see it a lot here too. Hear it a lot. Doesn't matter that I got seen there. I prefer not, but it doesn't matter. I'll just take the hazard. Oh, wait, look. There's the hazard. Oh, no. Oh, right. This affects things a little bit, slows it down. Okay, shouldn't matter.
Another thing that's easy to take for granted is that Darkwing is jumping at heights.
All right.
Darkwing is jumping at heights to spawn platforms in a way he wants.
Dang, I'm going to get other stuff. Whatever. Oh, hey, I got flashy.
You got the Rave Reaver, or Reaper.
Oh, he's going the wrong way. Oh, that sucks. So you see how slow it is if you don't do the manipulations right. I haven't done that wrong in forever. Marathon type stuff, I guess. Oh no.
It's just another example of being able to be taken off guard by kind of the way the platform is moving initially.
All right, so we'll make it up in 3-3, especially, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We got a fun, you saw those 3-frame jumps in 3-3. That's one I've incorporated. Oh, I'm low on health. I gotta worry. All right, I'm gonna focus on that now. This which way did they go, George, is really, really being an issue.
It's pesky.
Okay, that's what I expected. All right, should be good now. I do have to worry about the not Metroid up here. They're not Metroids. That's their official name.
Very clearly not Metroids.
Yeah, they're very clearly not Metroids. Don't hit. No. All right, since we're low on health, we're gonna take a death in 3-3 to get our health back. I don't like doing it, but
hitboxes skew left.
Yeah, hitboxes do skew left, so that's good. All right. So this one is a very platform manipulation here. This is a very important one here. You saw how everything went wrong in 3-2. This one's done correctly. So, yeah, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, so Darkwing, you can kind of see he purposely left the two not Metroids, totally not Metroids, by the way.
Yep.
The two not Metroids alive so that he could kill them when they were going to the right. The reason for that is because when he killed them going to the right, we talked a bit about how enemies and platform interact in memory. If you kill them going to the right, then the platforms which would replace them in RAM also go to the right, leaving him enough time to meet a platform cycle that he would otherwise have had to wait for.
All right, guys, convince me not to do the 1.5 second jump, so that if I fail, I lose a minute and a half.
Darkwing, don't do the 1.5 second jump. Go right.
You guys didn't do enough to convince me. We got it.
Oh. He never goes right when I tell him.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to do this clip you saw in 1-4 and 2-4 again in 3-4. I talked to Bad Breaks earlier this morning, and he would be upset if I didn't talk about it. This is all basically him using this application of this clip you saw in 1-4 and 2-4 and applying it to 3-4. Now, for whatever reason, if you clip and go into a door when Pit is on the other side of the screen, it thinks you're actually moving to the right. And so what I'm going to be doing here is going to the right-hand side of the screen. I have 2 clips I have to do. I have another lava clip here. I didn't get it this time. There it is.
There it is. All right.
And so we're going to apply it on the right-hand side of the map, and it's going to take us off the map into the finishing area of the stage. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, dang. So I was too far left.
There you go. Yeah.
E have everything.
E have everything.
If you need something, go to E. E have everything. So this last is an auto-scroller. So it's kind of an anticlimactic way to finish. You have to kill 50 guys here in order to spawn Medusa. Otherwise, when you get to the end of the stage, it loops. So you just have to play well. Oh, hey, I didn't do something dumb there and hit the guy on the top. So my goal here is to get 4 spawns of these starfish things, which I'm going to do. So that's good. So I'm going to be at 16. And it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all at this point. Breaking apart this next guy counts as 1, and killing his parts all count as 1. So that's 20.
Nice.
21. 23. My background in Zelda has really helped me with this game, I'll tell you that much. Oh, I should be killing those. Why am I not killing those? Is that 27?
27.
30? 32? 34. Oh, don't get hit by flowers. 35, 36, 38. Final boss is Medusa. And unfortunately, Medusa shoots at only like 6 different angles. And but in angles where she doesn't shoot, you can actually hit her. So it's a very safe fight for the most part. Come on. Gotta get the double shot. There it is.
Run validated.
Yeah. Why that works, I don't know. I think it's a sub-pixel thing, but there it is.
So there is the block of freedom down there. That red block or purplish block or whatever color it is only shows up if you've met the requisite kill count. Otherwise, the entire level would just loop again.
Oh, hey! I didn't know Spike Vegeta was in this game, too. Man, that's 2 games in a row. Still love you, Spike.
So 51 shots into Medusa's eye will do the trick. And then time will be when Darkwing loses control of Pit.
He's gonna find me back here. I know, he's gonna be right after me. All right, and time. 25? Okay. As I predicted, like in my practice talking to these guys, the underworld is the hardest part in the speed run. Once you get to world, it's so much fun to run to World 3. It's almost better to just skip World 1, do World 2 and World 3, and it is a fantastic speed run. It's pretty hard, I guess. It's a really steep mountain to climb to get good at the game, and then once you hit a plateau and it becomes easy. It's one of the weirdest games I've ever learned to run in that regard as far as its difficulty is concerned. So yeah, any final things from you guys? Because that started off a little bit rough. Like it was a 25-minute run and I lost 1:09 at the beginning. If I would have just reset, that would have been a just 24-minute run. So it was a good run, with the exception of that really top 1-1 death. So
Yeah, to put in perspective Darkwing's skill level at this game, if you take out that minute 10 that he lost in 1-1, this time is second place on the leaderboard behind himself.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, Bad Breaks found that clip, so I got a shout out to him. Shout outs to the breakfast room. Hopefully the audio is on in there, so cheer in there if you're there.
We missed you, Jorf. Come back.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, he can definitely challenge you, beat my time once if he comes back to it. So.
Oh yeah, also 3-3 is apparently Jorf's favorite stage. I missed it.
Yeah,
I missed my win. I dropped the ball.
Yeah, 3-3 and 3-2 are so much fun. It's such a great fun. So, and now it is the end. So thank you everybody, and enjoy the Nest block. This is really this is for me the best part of the marathon. Of course, is the Nest block. So keep tuned and.